A long time ago in a legendary kingdom, there lived a mighty warrior prince named Ragar. Ragar was loved by his people, and as the eldest son of the king, was next in line for the throne. But for all of his skill in battle, Ragar was impatient. He lacked self-control, and so his father the king refused to name him as his heir. This angered Ragar, for he loved his father and his people, and had dreamed only of becoming king since he was a boy. When a nearby kingdom invaded their land, the king sent Ragar to lead his army against the invaders. Before Ragar left for battle, the king warned him to be patient, to temper his anger, and consider his actions. The wise king reminded his son that even courage is not enough in battle. A good leader, the king said, is as disciplined and wise as he is strong. And though Ragar desired to please his father, once the battle began, he lost all memory of his father's words. Throwing caution to the wind, Ragar attacked the enemy with reckless tenacity. As he defeated warrior after warrior, his own soldiers began to chant his name, singing songs of Ragar's skill, even while the fighting continued. But caught up in the fire of battle and the praise of his men, Ragar forgot to remain with the army. He rushed forward alone and defeated many more of the enemy soldiers, but Ragar's absence in the formation allowed the enemy to break through the lines and wound his brother. As his brother Darius lay wounded and fighting for his life, Ragar realized his mistake. His impatience had left his own brother vulnerable to the enemy, and now his life was in danger. Ragar quickly returned to his men and helped them drive away the attackers. But instead of rushing immediately after the enemy, Ragar took time to regroup and allow his men to regain formation. It was then that Ragar realized the enemy was trying to draw them into a trap. They hoped to draw Ragar and his men away from their defenses, where a second army waited to ambush them. But because Ragar had patience and discipline, he realized their plan and waited for the next attack. When the next wave of enemy soldiers charged the defenses, they were ready. Ragar fought bravely, but this time he also fought with self-control, never abandoning his men and always helping where they needed him most. In the end, Ragar led his men to a brilliant victory that is still remembered to this day. It was on that day that Ragar learned the importance of temperance, for if Ragar had followed the enemy, his army would have been led into the trap and defeated. But Ragar chose to be patient, to use his discipline and his wisdom. Ragar learned the temperance and self-control that would make him the greatest and most beloved king his people had ever known. Let us live with discipline and self-control. Let us live like heroes, warrior poets.